Well, I'll tell you what I think.
My parents' Republican congressman is so bad that it makes them yearn for the days of Dennis Hastert.
How bad is my congressman? Well, my congressman is Lee Terry. Congressman Terry represents Douglas County, Nebraska, with a population of 517,110. Douglas County's STD rates are more than 50% higher than the rest of the United States. So what is my congressman's solution? Vote to prohibit funding for Planned Parenthood. Lee Terry must think it's okay to have chancroid, chlamydia, genital warts, gonorrhea, herpes, HIV, or human papillomavirus. Even pelvic inflammatory disease. I can't even say them. That's just how bad my congressman is.
You're fired.
What's wrong with my congressman? John Campbell, California 48. This mailing was prepared, published, and mailed at taxpayer expense. Colorful, glossy, graphs from the CBO, double-sided, mailed at taxpayer expense, and produced. That's what's wrong with my congressman. John Campbell, California 48.
Where to begin? Congresswoman Rep. Michelle 1L Bachmann from Iowa moved to Minnesota. Is so bad, she's dangerous. Menacing public debate since 1976, she's a regular dog whistle to extremists, birthers, the Tea Party, and other hate groups. She advocates violence as a means to resolve policy issues. As the taxed enough already party caucus leader, she accepts federal subsidies for her farm, supports tax cuts for the wealthy, on the backs of those without wealth or influence. She supported GWBCO's failed policies and now blames Obama for 30 years of Republican failures. Thinks the Founding Fathers ended slavery. Thinks global warming is a hoax. Thinks a nuke strike on Iran is equal to diplomacy. Is anti-choice. As a fascist Christian fundamentalist, supports intelligent design be taught in public schools, believes in theocracy for America, that the church is the state, and likely believes Jesus rode dinosaurs. With a scheming gleam in her eye, she sits on the House Permanent Select Committee on Intelligence. Now that's scary.
In Washington, D.C., we have one elected member of Congress, Eleanor Holmes Norton. But even though we elect her, she doesn't get to vote in Congress because we have taxation without representation. And you know what? If we did have an elected member of Congress who could vote, we could vote for her. Share!
Mark Twain once said, "When a person cannot deceive himself, the chances are against his being able to deceive others." My GOP congressman is so bad that he cannot live by this quote. My GOP congressman can, indeed, deceive himself, and therefore does deceive others.
Mine is actually not a GOP representative, but Representative or Congresswoman Donna Edwards, who's fantastic. She's amazing. This is a serious nanny boo-boo because everybody else is submitting bad videos about their GOP representatives, and mine is so great. She's so wonderful. Your GOP representative is taking the problems of society and using them as the fault, scapegoating the poor. Dude, I got Donna Edwards. Who do you have?
My Republican congressman is so bad, he introduced legislation to permanently abolish the affordable housing goals of GSEs Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, like poor people caused the housing crisis. He called pressure from the incoherent Tea Party an advantage. He wrote an op-ed aggressively supporting the Ryan budget and the evisceration of the social safety net. And worst of all, he wouldn't meet with a small business owner from his district that was in D.C. because the business person didn't agree with his politics. Where's my representation?
Representative votes the straight Republican Party line. He cares more about the Republican Party than he does about his local constituents. For example, we have in this county an award-winning public radio station, multi-award winning, He could have taken that back to Washington and told them about the great things that public broadcasting can do, but instead he voted with the party to defund public broadcasting.
You have the right not to be an asshole. If you give up that right, everything you say and do in here will be held against you. If you cannot afford to stop being an asshole, then someone will be appointed to kick yours out of here.
Georgia Republican senators are a real piece of work. We got Johnny Isaacson, who says that the president isn't even concerned about the country and that his budget plan is to further his own agenda. That's a pot calling the kettle black. Then we got Saxby Chambliss, who says that the EPA is government overreach. He doesn't want to regulate industry from polluting the air and the water because he wants big industry to make money and he doesn't want to worry about the environment. I tell you what, Georgia senators, piece of work.
And so if you got polar bears and you got caribou, it's clear that we can drill in an environmentally friendly way.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
My Republican congressman is so bad that when asked if homeopathic medicine would be carried under the new insurance law, he said no. Only God can cure the gay.
My Republican congressman is so bad that the website AskMyCongress.com reports that for the first 4 weeks he was in office, he didn't even have a telephone. Congressman Marino, give us a call. We can fix you. We have the technology.
My Republican congressman is Dana Rohrabacher. 2 weeks ago, he hosted American Patriot blogger Andrew Breitbart. That right there tells you all you need to know about this douchebag.
Thanks, Laffy. See ya.
That's pretty much it.